Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, guys. My name is Josh. I'm the tournament director here at DogHouse Poker Club. Tonight we are going to be commentating on some live coverage of event number 3, the Almost Freezeouts. Buying for this tournament was $150. We guaranteed $5,000. The total prize pool was $8,000. We had 64 participants in this tournament. Players were allowed one single re-entry in this tournament if they elected to do so. We are now down to the final 9 players, and they're battling it out for the first place prize of $2,600. You take a look at the flyer on the screen there. We've got a double green chip bounty tournament coming up tomorrow night at 7 p.m., $150 buy-in. $5,000 is guaranteed. This week we also start the $50,000 guaranteed pot limit Omaha Championship. If you are a PLO player and you think you have what it takes to play with the best of them, take down the pot limit Omaha Championship, come see us this week. $50,000 guaranteed in prize money. Buy-in is only $300. Day 2 is going to be Sunday at 2 p.m. That's going to kick off this Wednesday. About 15 seconds here. We're going to get live coverage of this final table.
CD, I was really.
And there we go.
5, 10, and 10. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's go to the
So we originally paid out 8 players in this event today. Once they got to the final table, they made a deal where they took $200 off of the first place prize and $100 off of second place. And they paid that 9th spot $300. So everybody at this final table is guaranteed at least $300. Buying was $150, so they're at least going to double their money.
I like the way this one was set up, the tournament. We should have started earlier. Yeah. But that's hard to do on a Monday. So yeah. A lot of chips in the bowl.
That's a big tournament about too for the Monday.
Yeah. I was shocked how many people said it was a good tournament. Great tournament.
Free money's going to start us off with a fold for the first action of this final table. Kenny looking at 2 ladies here. He's not going to be folding. Looks like he's going to raise it up to 45,000? 45,000. Action's going to fold back to CD in the small blind. And Kenny is going to take down the first hand of this final table. He's going to raise it up with 2 queens. He's not going to get any buyers on that. There's a look at the chip counts there. Players started with 40,000 in chips when this tournament started at 7 p.m. tonight. And now most of them have significantly more than 40,000. Those blue chips you see are 1,000, worth 1,000 units. The orange chips are worth 5,000, and those brown chips are worth 25,000.
There we go.
Herbert's got 2 Broadway cards here. He's going to raise it up to 30,000. The big blind was 10,000. He's going to bump it up to 30. CD with the same hand on the button. See how he elects to proceed here. He's going to call. The end in the small blind going to let the queen 4 go, and free money's going to let the king 6 go. We're going to go head up to a flop here. Both players playing with the same hand. This might be a race of who can bet first. And Herbert, being the pre-flop aggressor, is going to check it over to CD, who's also going to check. Meaningless 4 of clubs on the turn does not change anything for either of these two's hands. Neither player can win this pot outright at showdown. They will chop it. Neither of them have any outs to win the hand. If it does go to showdown, they will certainly chop. But Herbert is going to find a bet there on the turn and get CD to fold the same hand. Herbert's going to pick up a nice little pot there. 130,000 in that pot. It's going to add 55,000 to his stack. There's another look at chip counts there. Free Money, our chip leader at this final table, was 665,000, which is 26% of total chips in play.
It's funny that you stream stuff all the time, and I've never had to deal. Well,
I did find a place that had the bridge side.
And what?
The bridge side, like you normally use.
Yeah.
Herbert's going to lay down the deuce 3. Norb is likely going to lay down the king 4. Bob's got a suited ace 3 of clubs here, and he's not going to play his suited wheel cards.
raise 30,000. Oh. Oh, heads up.
CD is going to raise to 30,000 in the cutoff with king 9, and Free Money's going to call with the king queen. We're going to see a flop of ace 8-5. Bob in the 9 seat would have smashed this flop. He would have flopped top pair with the nut flush draw.
16,000.
So that's going to look bad on the screen.
And CD is going to bet with the worst hand and take it there. You see CD and Free Money, the two players who were just involved in that last pot, are the chip leaders at the table. They have very similar stack sizes here. And there's a look at our payouts. Everybody's guaranteed $300, but they are all taking a look at that first place prize of $2,670.
I'm saying, if I was in the
Almost 18 times their buy-in for first place. Whoever wins first place is going to win just about 18 times their initial buy-in. Not a bad payday.
Well,
Seems like this right side of the table has been extremely card dead for these first few hands of this final table.
well,
40.
raise 40,000.
Ace 10 of spades for Free Money. He's going to bump it up to 40,000. Kenny with ace 9 of hearts here in the big blinds. Only 30,000 more to call. He's going to come along. Nothing wrong with that call at all. Defending his big blind there with suited ace 9. Flop is going to come 4-4-3 with 2 spades.
But
Nut flush draw for Free Money. Absolutely nothing for Kenny. Kenny's probably going to have to let this one go. And he does. Rightfully so.
Good draw, too.
And the rich continue to get richer as Free Money adds some more chips to his stack. Almost 700,000, 27% of all the chips in play right now.
Continue.
All right, Herbert's going to get us started under the gun here with ace-3 offsuit. Throw that in the muck. Return to sender. No real big action hands thus far in the tournament. And this hand is not gonna make the headlines, I don't think. Kenny's gonna defend his small blind, and Irwin's gonna check the big blind. We're gonna see a flop of 4, 5, 7 with 2 spades. Pair and a gut shot for Irwin. Definitely the best hand. Kenny cannot continue with just the jack deuce. We're gonna move on to the next hand.
Continue.
I think that's the first playable hand Norb has had this entire final table. King-Jack offsuit under the gun with just 9 big blinds. And he is going to wait for a better spot. CD, ace-queen offsuit under the gun +2 here. It's probably going to be raising. If I had to guess, if I was a betting man, I would wager that CD is going to raise. 45,000 is the raise. Free money and Sergio quickly going to let go of their cards, as is Kenny. Actually, now back to Irwin in the small blind with Jack 3 suited. And CD is going to take down another uncontested pot.
Sit down. All in. $142,000. So short. I don't have a 15 board. 14.
I understand.
Continue. Oh, check. Play. But 20,000. Heads up. Check. 45,000. All in.
I'm leaving. See you later. 7:30. No. Yeah, ace with a shooter kick. Ace deuce. Oh yeah. I was like, man, I don't think he ever had aces. He did that. I thought, well, maybe ace deuce. Ace deuce maybe.
Raise 30,000. Fold. Fold.
Then in the 2-seat, going to raise it up here under the gun with ace-9 offsuit. Herbert here with 2 6s and 9 big blinds. Has a decision to make. Just 9 big blinds. He has a pair.
On.
And he is going to go all in.
Reserve the right to attack that. 95,000. Close. All in.
Good time.
All right, and we've got another all-in. Bob woke up with 2 10s in the small blind. He's all in. And CD has ace-king in the big blind with all of the chips. If CD calls here and wins, he's going to eliminate 2 people from this final table in one hand. And he is all in now. CD all in with the ace-king. Thin is going to get out of the way with the ace-9. And we have no more action.
95 coming in.
We have 3-way all in here. Herbert with the least amount of chips with 2 6s. He's all in for 95,000. Bob with 2 10s in the 9-seat. He's going to be all in for 252,000 with 2 10s. Bob has been patiently waiting this entire final table for a spot, and he's found one here. And he is a favorite to almost triple up here in this pot. There's 639,000 in the middle. Whoever wins this pot is most likely going to be our chip leader. And we are off to the races. 8, 9, 10, all diamonds. CD does have the ace of diamonds. If another diamond were to come, would give CD the ace high flush. A straight draw now for Herbert. Any 5 or 10. Oh, and it is the king of diamonds. CD is going to make the ace high flush and eliminate Bob and Herbert in the same hand. What a massive spot there for CD. Came into this final table second in chips, and now he has 40% of all chips in play with 1 million chips. What a hand for CD there. Nicely done, sir.
Well, I'm sorry. He knows what I meant. Yeah, everybody else is happy.
Good run and good showing there for both Herbert and Bob. They battled it out, and they took. Herbert is going to get 9th place here because he did have the least amount of chips. Bob is going to receive 8th place. Both are going to pay $300. They battled it out and made it this far out of 64 entries tonight.
Yeah. 5,000 go. Boom. Boom.
All right, CD in the small blind. Blind versus blind action. CD's got 6-5. Thin with King 10. CD's going to call, defend in the small blind. And Thin's going to raise it up here with the King 10. Blind versus blind. Make it 35,000. Does not scare our chip leader away. He is coming along to this flop. And we're going to see a flop of Queen 5 deuce, all hearts. Looks like our burn card may have gotten registered as a flop card here. There we go. And it has went check, check. We are now ready for the turn card, which is the ace of clubs. It's a good card to come out for one of these players to try to take a stab at this pot. They are both going to check to the 7 of spades on the river. CD with a pair of 5s is going to have the best hand as it does go check, check, and we go to showdown.
Finding out 6, 12, and 12.
6, 12, and 12. It's on. 6, 12, and 12.
Yeah, I got it.
Good one.
All right, here's hand number 11 of this final table. CD with 7 deuce on the button. He's going to send those cards back where they came from. Thin's going to call with the King 10 of clubs. Blind versus blind. Surprised to just see a call there from Thin. And the flop is going to come Jack 6-3. Another 6 on the turn as it goes check, check. To the 8 of clubs on the river.
Raise. 40,000.
Ace King here for Irving. And seat 6 going to pop it up to 40,000. And it's going to fold all the way back to him, and he's going to take down an uncontested pot. Nothing wrong with winning chips uncontested. especially at a final table.
Good countdown.
Yeah.
Right, where are you? No,
The bad word for you yeah.
well, go. Well, yeah, well,
All right, a couple of deuces here in the hijack for CD. 2 red deuces.
raise 40,000.
Raise it up to 40,000. Actually, I'm going to fold around to Sergio in the small blind with just 4 big blinds remaining. And he's got queen 10 suited. He's got to get it in here, try to find a double up. It's the best hand he's seen in a while at this final table.
Oh,
59.
no more action.
CD is going to call with the 2 deuces. And Sergio is going to be all in and at risk with queen 10 of clubs. He is 52% favorite to win this hand, even though CD already has a pair. Just happens to be the lowest pair. Flop is going to come at Jack 7-6. Not much help to Sergio. He has a couple backdoor draws here. 5 of hearts on the turn is going to get rid of those backdoor. He now only can hit a queen or a 10, and he's not going to get there. CD is going to take down this pot and eliminate another player with just a pair of deuces. Sergio's going to take home $360 for his efforts, as you see there on the screen, and CD is going to add to his chip lead. 45% of all chips in play at this final table belong to CD in the 1 seat.
That's no. You want it to linger longer? That's a different thing. The cycle is just while there's not a top. There's a linger on after flop or something like that. I think it's set at 3 seconds. You can make it longer.
Norb going to continue the streak of being card dead. CD with the offsuit ace-4 and the massive chip lead. He's going to continue
Raise
to apply
40,000.
pressure and raise it up to 40,000 here.
Fold.
And I think he's probably going to take this one down. Action now back to Irwing with a suited ace-3 of clubs, and he's going to let it go out of the big blinds. That's some discipline from Irwing there.
Was it at 3?
Let's put it this way. I had 2 overs.
Is it at 3?
Yeah. But not an overpair. I hear you.
All right, CD's going to kick us off with King Deuce. Probably just going to let that one go. Oh, just 2 aces for Kenny here.
All night long.
Going to raise it up to 40,000 on the button. Irving with the Jack 10 offsuit.
All sitting right here. He just plans to freaking leader bubble. A dirty dog.
was trying to hold on to that pocket ace.
You have pocket aces just now?
Just see it on TV. Everybody told us. You Frank didn't call me. Yes, so
Some folds are much easier than others. Deuce 3 against aces is pretty easy fold.
Poker Girl says, poor Kenny in the Twitch chat. Well,
yeah, me too. I'm with you.
I'm sure he wanted action with
100%.
aces pre-flop.
30.
But
Raise
it's hard to
30,000.
complain when you win. I mean, he made chips there, so it's kind of hard to complain about that. I mean, obviously, he definitely does want action on those aces. He's been sitting here waiting very patiently for a hand like that at this final table. But at least nobody called him and beat him.
Replay.
It looks like we are going to go 3 ways to a flop here. Kenny with the best hand so far, ace-10 offsuits, and immediately going to see an ace in the window.
Good.
And Kenny ain't playing around. He said all in. Both players immediately fold to nothing.
There you go.
Kenny's going to add 78,000 to his
Yeah,
stack
there you
here.
go. There you go.
Some much-needed
One
chips.
of them hands just had to see a flop, and if it worked,
CD still the chip leader, and Norb with 32,000, just 1%
definitely what I
of chips
had.
in play. Norb is going to need to find a hand to ship it with here and try and double or triple up a couple of times if he wants to get back into this tournament here.
it's still open. 40
No, now you owe me 60.
So,
I just got back 40. Now you owe me 60.
oh,
Irving here going to bump it up to 40,000 with the ace-jack of spades and the cutoff. Action now back to CD in the small blind. Our chip leader and the current holder of ace-6 of diamonds. The card protector has been placed on top of the cards. That may signal CD is going to play this hand.
oh,
And he does call that 40,000.
40.
And then would need to put in 28,000 more if he would like to call here with the queen-8 offsuit.
So,
He's not going to
Heads up.
elect to do so. We're going to go heads up to a flop. CD versus Irwing, 70-30. CD's going to be looking for some diamonds. And he's going to get one
Heads up.
diamond. Irwing flops best here.
60,000.
He's going to continue his aggression by betting 60,000.
Can you do 3.5 or is it 3 or 4?
What, so you still got a chip? You paying two seats?
There's a look there at the aggression frequency at this final table. Who would have guessed it? CD is being aggressive more frequently than anybody else at this final table so far. Rightfully so. You have to apply that pressure when you have the chip lead at final tables like this. Kenny's got a good-looking 9-10 of spades in his hand under the gun. He's going to call 12,000 and try to see a flop. Irving here with 2 4s in the hijack. Pretty deep stacked here. He's sitting on 33 big blinds. I'm interested to see how he elects to play this hand here.
Raise.
He is going to raise it up. Looks like 30,000.
Fold.
Oh, wow. CD here on the button. Waking up with queens. The rich continue to get richer. Run good continues to run good.
is 20,000.
And CD is going to bump it up to 120,000 on the button with 2 queens. Free money's going to call. He has ace queen offsuit. Kenny's going to get out of the way.
See that
Action
flop?
now back to Irwing with 2 4s in the hijack. Once again, he is sitting relatively deep stacked here. These are the 3 chip leaders at this table, Irwing being the lowest of the 3, with 31 big blinds. And he's going to get out of the way, rightfully so. He's going to hate it if a 4 comes up here on this flop, though. It does not. It comes 10-5 deuce with 2 diamonds.
200,000.
Oh, wow, and free money's going to lead out here for 200. CD's all in. Free money calls. Wow, these are the 2 chip leaders at the table. Free money, 17% to win this hand. Needs to hit an ace and only an ace. One of the 3 remaining in the deck. Okay, he has now picked up a few more outs. He can hit a jack or an ace. The 8 of spades is not going to do it on the river for him. And that is going to do it. CD is going to eliminate free money here and add to his massive chip lead 146 big blinds for CD. Free money's going to take home $440 for his efforts here. You hear Kenny there saying he folded 9-10 of spades. He would have rivered a flush there. He certainly would have.
I got you.
It's hard to be results-oriented, or easy to be results-oriented, rather.
Yeah, you used to. Look at the big fish. Yeah.
Wow, look at that mountain of chips that CD has.
Every single. I think so too.
Irwin here going to start off the action under the gun with ace-3 of diamonds.
That's like a single last right. I couldn't win a hand.
Raised it up to 40,000. Thean is going to make the call with the ace-8 offsuit, and we're going to be heads up to a flop here. Ace versus ace, and an ace in the window on an all-club flop. Thean actually pretty big favorite here to win this hand, as he has the better kicker and the flush draw. Oh, wow. We've got an all-in from Thean here. That is going to put Irwin in a precarious position here. 133,000. Well, Irwin does not have to think long about it. I'll tell you what, everybody at this final table, I think Irwin has played very, very solid thus far. He is making the correct decisions in all of the correct spots. Never seems to be putting himself in a position where he has all of his chips in the pot without being a massive favorite to win the
Stay
hand.
out of the way. That's the good thing.
And you have, and you.
Anything harder than the 10. He's not on that hand.
You hear Norb here, the other end of the table, saying he hasn't seen anything higher than a 10 at this entire final table, and he has been quite card dead. Queen 6 of clubs now for him with just 2 big blinds, and he is going to wait for a better spot still.
You say 95?
40.
Raise 40,000.
Look at that. CD's going to raise and take down another pot. As if he needs more chips at this point. All right, Norb now going to find himself in the big blind. Getting very, very low on ammunition there as you look at that stack dwindling.
Quincy,
He is really going to be hoping to wake up with a hand here that he can go all in and hope for a double up.
Oh, you're in there too?
CD and his mountain of chips are going to start us off here with the 5-3 of clubs under the gun. And now with 2 sevens in the cutoff.
Go on, break. It's going to be a little longer than 7 minutes. It says 7, but it should be long.
Just going to call with the 2 sevens here. Actually, now over to Kenny with the king
yeah,
deuce.
it is a race off. That should have taken 1.
And Irwing with the king queen here. And Norb with the 8 deuce of diamonds.
3 players.
Oh, wow, okay. Norb here is going to flop a flush draw, but Irwing's going to flop 3 queens.
12,000. 12,000.
Irwing tries to get a discount and bet 8,000, but the dealer says, no, sir. You must bet that minimum amount of 12,000. Norb is going to be all in for 8s. That's why Irwing was trying to bet that 8,000 because he saw that's exactly how much that Norb had. But there's another player in the hand, so we do still have to bet that minimum amount.
We have 1 player all in. We have heads-up action.
So Norb is all in and looking for a diamond. He's not going to get it on the turn here. $75,000 in an insta-muck from Thien here. The action is completed. We are going to see a river here. Norb looking for almost any diamond. He does not want to see a king of diamonds, a 5 of diamonds. Does not want to see either of those. Any other diamond like the 7. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Thien did have 2 sevens. If Irwing wouldn't have bet on the turn, Thien would have seen that river and made a full house and eliminated Norb. But Norb is going to get a much, much, much needed full triple up there. Now up to 6 big blinds. And we are going to take a quick break of the action here while we race off those blue chips. We're going to put some pink chips in play. We do not need those blue chips any further in this tournament. We are going to go to a quick break here, guys. We will be back shortly.
How much easier is it with me in the back? Pitching over these is bad.
The mechanics could use some work, but
So,
everything else is fucking perfect.
It looks way easier. Confirm that, Alex? Camera.
That's 100. This is 2, 3, 4, 420. 435. What is all his? 50 and 50. 500. Close the tournament.
Give me a water.
Get a better better.
Well,
Maybe so.
and literally no one else in the world cares.
Yeah. That's mine, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I want.
Russell, thank you.
I'm just being nosy. I never really got into the tournament stuff. So. Tell me on that. Let me know. Yeah. Thank you.
No, no, proprio of the game.
That's good.
He,
Congratulations. So I'm gonna be out of town for the day too. So it's going
Not an amateur anymore. I'm halfway semi-pro.
Halfway is our pro stuff. You're not even
I think baseball.
Same one I did. Get 100. You get the whole.
It says on the thing, double green, double.
Oh, okay. So not the progressor.
No, double green.
No, I'm not coming. I said, we're in our fifties. I said, well, there's some people in their fifties still gotta go to work.
Tell me something. Or something.
I can't. No, can't hear that early. But having said that, this thing started at 7. It's freaking.
They're all right. All right, y'all. 30 seconds.
All right, we are about to get cards back in the air for this final table.
Yeah.
If you haven't taken a look at our Spring Fling Tournament Series yet, we are in the very beginning stages of that.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
14
Going back to
events
10K
remain in this
15K.
series, including the 50,000 guaranteed Pot Limit Omaha Championship
10K,
and the
15K.
100,000
Got
guaranteed
alligator blood
main
down there in
event.
seat 8.
Check us out on Poker Atlas, guys. Call us with any questions. You don't want to miss this tournament series here at DogHouse
Look,
Poker
everybody.
Club.
Everybody.
And 8-3, that's my typical hand.
Ignore those
That's what you've been
graphics you
having to
see
play
on the
with.
screen there.
One with-
That is from the previous hand.
I didn't see
We're
that.
going to get started on a new one here. There's a look at the chip counts. CD with 70% of all chips in play with the 5 remaining players. Norb here, still just with a handful of chips. Really going to need to find a double up.
Fold.
Norb with 5 deuce offsuit. He's not going to like to look down at that. CD's probably going to get a walk here. I wouldn't put any more money in with 5 deuce, I don't think.
I'll never
He's
turn
going
down a
to.
wall. All right. Guess I got to look.
CD is going to take a look at his cards now. Probably going to put Norb all in for the rest of his chips, and he does.
60,000.
And Norb is going to fold face up. He wanted to try to sneak in there and see a flop. CD said, no, sir, pay-per-view only.
I have king.
Left. 15,000.
Kenny here with ace-6 offsuit under the gun.
15 again.
I'm going to call the big blind of 15,000. Norb with a bunch of nothing yet again. Going to have to fold. There's no worse feeling than getting to a final table after playing all day and being card dead hand after hand after hand after hand.
Raise
CD going to
60,000.
raise it up with King 10 here to 60,000.
Raise to 60,000.
At the end with Jack 7 of clubs in the big blind. Going to cost him 45,000 to call. He's going to let it go, as is Kenny. And CD is going to win another one.
Let you live like that, Kenny. You were the big blind. Kenny was trying to limp it.
That'll be
Couldn't allow that.
that'll be a kicker.
Love to hear the chip leader saying he was trying to limp in, and we just cannot allow that. Not at this stage of the tournament. Playing for $2,600.
15 to go.
Norb with the 5-3 of diamonds, going to have to let that go. Now to CD with an ace on the button. Would you look at that?
Raise 60,000. All you believe. Call. Put him up.
And Kenny is all in and at risk with the best hand here. CD is a 3-1 dog here in this race. CD's going to be looking for an 8. Kenny is going to be looking for not an 8. Safe flop so far. CD does have a chop outs. If a 6 would come, they would chop the pot. 6 or a 3 comes, they will chop the pot. And 8 comes, and CD will win. It is a king, and Kenny is going to get a full double up through CD here. Take down a pot of $315,000, bringing him back up to 21 big blinds in this tournament. Big hand for Kenny here. Going to put him second in chips, which really isn't saying much when that's only 12%. Second in chips has 12% of chips in play at this point. CD has been steamrolling this entire final table.
Right,
Yep.
$15,000.
Norb with the 9-10 offsuit. Gonna have to let that one go. Wait for a better spot. He is going to be big blind next hand, so he's going to be forced to put chips in.
Three players.
You see a flop of King 10-7. Kenny flopping the best hand here with his pair of 10s. 8 of clubs on the turn is going to give Irving a pair. Kenny is going to lead out for the minimum amount of $15,000 here. Value betting at this point. At least that's probably what's going through Kenny's mind, trying to get a worse pair or a worse hand to call him. It doesn't look like he's going to get that. Both players are going to fold, and he's going to take down a pot and add to his stack up to 24 big blinds now. He is our second place chip leader.
Let's go, Kenny.
Right now.
Man, let's go this whole time.
CD with 113 big blinds in his stack here. Massive, massive chip lead for CD. There are some new chips introduced into plays. You see on the top of CD's stack there. Those are pink chips. Those are worth $100,000 each.
Man, I'm telling you, man.
You were rooting for an 8 on that one? 15 to go.
All right, you leaving? Thank you, buddy. Have a good one, buddy. If I had CD stack, I'd just go home with it and blind me out.
All in.
Yeah, I would. I'd probably see all right.
Finn's found ace queen here, and he's all in. Oh, and Irving has 2 10s. I think we're going to see some fireworks here. We definitely are. Irving is all in with the 2 10s. Irving does cover Thien here by about 45,000. So Thien is going to be at risk here with ace queen. Irving is 60% favorite to win this hand. And immediately going to see an ace on that flop for Thien. Now a huge favorite to double up here. More outs for Irving now, so he can now hit a 9 to make a straight or a 10. And a 7 of clubs is not going to do it. Thien is going to get a full double up here. Reset his chip stack back to 25 big blinds. And Irving is going to be left with 75,000, looks like here. Definitely did not do anything wrong there. He had the best hand.
See, there's a motion copy.
Winning flips are part of the game, and sometimes you don't win them.
Sorry, but I'm gonna.
Yeah.
No.
Thea now taking second place on our chip leaderboard.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking.
15 to go.
Yeah. Good one, you don't win.
That's not it. Doesn't have fucking aces.
Kenny with an ace here in the cutoff.
Oh.
Gonna call the 15,000. Action now over to Norb with the 10 deuce of diamonds. Good old Doyle. He has one big blind behind. One single big blind.
Good.
The good news is he is button next, so he's going to have an entire orbit.
That's it.
I'll take him. Right.
Good check.
And Kenny is going to win this at showdown, it looks like,
Tight right here.
with ace high.
I'm just joking.
Continue. Fold. Fold.
There you go.
Option. Right.
Okay.
Fold. Call.
I got a 2.
Okay.
Could be a bluff.
You could big blind hand. Yeah. Yeah. I had once earlier. So TV went all in and Roy called. I can't call. I called the original 6,000. I can call the next one.
15. Fold. Call in.
Got one. Then one.
Raise. 55,000. Call. I got one player on. We have head with back on the side. They're gonna be 40. That's right. One check. Check. Check start. Check again. Check. Check. Showdown. Every hand has to be turned up. All hands. Up in the Okay, it's gonna put it down.
Kenny.
Yeah. You keep doing it the right way.
Good job.
Good job.
Take your time, sir. Hopefully they do that.
Good one, Kim.
I'm
Careful.
just lucky.
Good play, man.
Yeah, if I bet you out. I'm ready right there, bet you out. He beats me.
Yeah, you do exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was top 8. I wasn't gonna bet.
Yeah.
Get a player out. He came off of that.
All right, I'm gonna hop back in here for a moment. Welcome. I guess welcome to myself to the stream. My name's Alex. Josh got pulled away for a moment. How many players we got left? Looks like 4 players remaining. Erwin taking one down with the queen 8 there, 6 big blinds.
I know you know me.
CD with that aggression frequency of 54%. Way on up there.
Just need to start early.
Yeah, BB.
A walk for the chip leader there. Irving just barely holding on. He's been playing well today. I've been watching. Kenny waking up under the gun with the Jack 10 offsuit. Chilling on 31 big blinds. He's going to limp it. Make the call. CD in the small blind with 103 bigs. Also going to call. 103 big blinds. That's a lot of big blinds. Headed to a flop. Ace 5-3 with 2 hearts. No one connects. Oh, I apologize. Tien's got a pair of 3s. Checking around. King on the river, and the pair of 3s is currently the best hand. And looking like it's going to take the pot down as everyone checks it all the way around.
Careful now.
Wow.
The dealer's got a really cool tattoo. I like it.
On.
Yes.
Are you going to go for my cheeks?
95,000. City with King Queen offsuit. Yes. Raise. 250,000. Okay. Summarize from And Irving all in with the King 7 offsuit. CD did 3-bet to isolate with the King Queen. And we're looking for a 7 for Irving, and that is unfortunate on the turn there.
Saw that?
And that is going to be GG's for Irving
Yeah,
in
so-
4th place.
Yeah, man.
Congratulations on the
tomorrow.
win. Very nicely done.
90%.
It's going to take down 4th for $720.
Blinds are up. 15, 3, 3. Go with that.
Blind's going up
15, 3, 3.
this hand.
15, 30, 30.
No, it's the next one. It's
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 10, 20. 10, 20,
And the blinds are going to go up to 10-20.
All right,
The other's trying to make it
Ready
10,
to go home, I
15,
guess.
30. Trying to hurry things
10,
up a
20,
little
20.
bit. Didn't work. A valiant effort.
Yes, sir. Where to go? That's up for me, but
Yeah.
Raise 45,000.
The end waking up at least King here. He's going to make it 45 to go. Kenny going to call with the King 10 offsuit.
Players.
And CD coming along with a 7-5 off. Board comes Queen, Queen 3. Nothing for anyone. Checks around to the end. He's going to bet 25,000 here. And a raise coming in with the 7-5 off, 7 high here. Making it 125,000 to go. That's going to get the job done. Very nice move by CD here. CD's a massive chip lead. 1.8 million to each of these players, around 300 to 400,000. CD with King Jack offsuit in the small. You go with the 4X raise here to 80,000. At the end, going to call here with the Queen 5 off. And a Queen on the flop for the end. Not much here for CD.
Bet
He's gonna
230,000. All in.
Quite big, and then insta jams. Let me count the stacks down here real quick.
$285,000.
The jam is for 285,000. he's got a call. He doesn't have. There's only 55 more to call. 55,000 more, and he's gonna be looking for a king. Deuce of hearts on the turn,
You're kidding.
and that is no king for
Stand
CD.
up to my bully.
The end with a huge
I
double.
get it, but King Jack, I got to raise.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not just bullying for no reason, you know.
Big pop for the end there. It's gonna put him in a much better position here, three-handed. Quite a bit more maneuverability. So look at your payouts there. 2,600 that we're playing for first place.
We'll see about that.
Still my cards.
Where to go?
Raise to 60,000.
All right, 3 ways to a flop here. Then with king, queen, Kenny with ace-6 of hearts, and CD with ace-3. Kenny's going to flop best here with the backdoor flush draw and open-ended straight draw.
Check.
A queen on the turn is going to change the dynamic of this hand as Thien turns top pair. Kenny is now going to bet with his open-ender and over to the board.
Oh, heads up.
What they do? Couldn't you work in tomorrow?
How are you today?
Look, when I get there, I'll put I go on there and we'll put you on there. I'm not having time to
You know,
Good.
no, I had an ace. I had ace-4.
Yeah.
Thien going to take down a pot there.
That's why.
Yeah.
He's going to keep winning. You got ace.
Another pair for Thien here with 2 3s.
I know the one.
Kenny with king 8 suited.
Yeah.
King 8 suited looks
Ace,
awfully good
60,000.
three-handed. Oh, not when CD has ace jack of the same suit. King 8 no longer looks good here. Kenny's going to go ahead and make that call anyways. CD with ace jack of clubs in the big blind. Maximum information CD has here. He saw a raise from Thien on the button first to act. A flat call from Kenny. He now has more information than anybody else did when they acted on their hand. I mean, he can easily just ship it all in here. Or he can smooth call. Or he can raise to a lesser amount. All available options to him here. I guess ripping it in for 43 effective big blinds is probably not exactly the play here. So he's going to bump it up to 240. Is that what it is? 240,000, I think I heard the dealer say. That's correct. Now Thien with a decision to make. And he's going to let his pair of 3s go. I can't imagine Kenny continuing in this hand with the king 8. And CD is going to take down a bunch of dead money Oh, wait. Never mind. Kenny said, let's do it. King 8 of clubs is the hand he has decided with here against Ace Jack of clubs. Kenny is not a favorite to win this hand. Just 34% against CD's 66, as you see there on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. King in the window immediately. CD's going to need to catch an ace or a queen or a
Now you got all
club.
the
Oh,
outs
my
in
God,
the deck.
12 outs now
Now
for
we gotta
CD.
win this hand.
And the Jack of Hearts is not one of them. Kenny's going to get a full double up through CD here in a very unexpected turn of events. Wow, that's a big pot. 600,000 in that pot. It's going to bring Kenny up to 30 big blinds.
Hey.
Well, that's what you always complain about.
Yeah.
That sucked out like quite to be on the river.
No, not with us. Not with me and Ken. If he had my hand and I had his, he'd be. Not at
You know he's right.
Not telling you, keep waking up with hands, and they don't all hold up.
That's it.
Six jack of clubs, 3 hands. Both of y'all in. No brainer.
8-5-5 on the flop here. Pretty insignificant. Another 5 on the turn is all but going to end this hand probably. First person to bet's going to win. Oh, never mind. Let's chop it up. Bet and a snap call. They both rivered the full house. Chop it up like the hand never even happened.
All of a sudden, that was like a grocery. I didn't realize it was a grocery department.
Oh. That's it. 30,000.
I was big blind. So you know what I've got.
Good.
So bad.
You sure did. Wow. And that's 7 plays.
I folded 4-6. We did not have pretty
Hold on here.
7 plays. I got deuces and
8s and
eights.
6s.
Deuces and eights with a 7.
8s and 6s.
I have 6-2, so I got better 2 pairs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is correct. Thean is the
Oh, you
Eights
sure
and
did.
rightful winner of this pot. We're going to get that
Yeah.
corrected and get those chips
Okay, it's on
shipped
TV.
his way.
My bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do you wrong.
That was my fault. That was my fault.
Situation
Yeah.
rectified, and we're going to be
Didn't
on
get
to the
counter
next
today.
hand here.
That's my brain.
There's a look at the
Yeah,
chip
yeah.
counts. 3-handed.
I know.
CD still holding on to that chip lead, but not nearly as big of a chip lead as it was just a few hands ago.
Actually, had you play 6 cones about 7 kicker.
I think it was on the block.
I had 2 pound of pocket.
Oh, did you? Oh.
Yeah.
But I had to do 7. You had to do 6. I actually had a better hand than you.
Free fall.
Yeah, pre-block.
pre-flop.
I couldn't even believe like I just either hand at 2-7.
I hit 2
And
pound
now,
better.
yeah. Yeah.
What is it?
I said, "Nigga, I don't get to see this."
Oh. Oh. Phase.
4 a.m. now.
80,000.
Think he's gonna win? Damn. You charge him by the hour for him. You gotta wait this long, right? Charge by the hour.
Oh.
A couple of aces in play here. CD with ace 9 and Kenny with ace 3. Fan with the 7-6 offsuit. And it is going to come ace high on the flop. Kenny folded his ace, so it's probably not going to be much action here. Yeah, this hand is all but over unless Thien tries to take a stab and bluff at it, but CD is definitely going to be firing out a bet here.
80,000.
And Thien's not going to be able to continue with his 7 high drawing dead.
Yeah, I'll call you through that. Ace 2, man. You got 3 with it. I had 3 with it, man. Couldn't call it an ace 2. I don't think about it, but if you hadn't bet, there's a caller behind you. That's the thing. If heads up, it's one thing, but not going to caller behind you.
Oh, here we go. Here's some playable hands. Kenny with a pair of deuces. CD with ace-jack offsuit. Thien with 9-10. I think we're going to see a little bit of fireworks here on this hand.
Keep that.
Phase. 100,000.
CD's going to raise it up to 100,000 out of the small blind with his ace-jack here.
Oh. That's it.
Kenny's going to make the call with the deuces, and we're going to head to a flop of 8-5-3 with 2 spades. Kenny in the lead here. It's going to go check, check. I see a 7 of clubs on the turn. Check, check again. I think both players probably just trying to get to showdown here. 4-liner to the straight here. And it is going to go to showdown, and Kenny's going to take down this pot.
Hasn't been good. I'll tell you that.
No. Yeah, that's 50 at all.
Last time a tournament, fun lose.
Thought about shutting their CU. I couldn't do it. I could do this.
Where'd it go?
But I swear I thought about it.
Free
first.
flop?
Yeah. I just couldn't do it.
You get a call for sure.
Oh, no. I can't let you want to do it. Oh,
Call and a double.
yeah.
Oh.
60.
Phase to 60,000.
Kenny's going to bump it up here out of the big blind. Blind versus blind action here. 60,000 to go. Thien's going to call with the 9-3 of clubs, and we're going to be off to a flop. Ten, 5, ace. Kenny's going to flop best here. Bet and take it. Seems like we're kind of just passing chips around the table at this point, as those chip stacks have started to even out quite a bit now. CD still with a comfortable chip lead, 43% of all chips in play in his stack at the moment.
Got ICMC.
Uh-oh. I heard a proposed
Oh, look at
ICM.
ICM. Oh. You, the chip fan.
Man, I don't have some huge lead anymore.
Let's look at a live.
Y'all pretty
Would you like to look at a live here?
Y'all pretty much chipped away at it.
Let's look at
What
ICM.
did I see? All right.
Sure.
Go ahead and give me your chip stacks. We're gonna look at IC. Go on. Stack them down for me and all.
All right, we are going to take a moment here to look at an ICM chop. If you're unfamiliar with ICM chop, it stands for Independent Chip Model. Basically what that does is takes into consideration each of the payouts and the differences in those payouts and compares that with the respective stacks of said players, and it creates a value for each person's stack based on that information. So whoever has most chips is going to get the most money, obviously, in this form of a chop. Rightfully so, too. They earn those chips. They should get paid out for those chips that they do have. So we're getting chip counts here. We're going to run these numbers.
Got 1 million.
CD with 1,095,000.
Yeah, 5, 6, 7 for 750.
740,000 for Thien.
All right.
And 710,000 for Kenny.
They're gonna run the numbers, guys. It'll take just a second, but they'll be on the second.
You gotta go sort of in high ice.
Look at the numbers.
Well, if we can agree to an ICM here, we'll get you some money so you can go buy you a bag of ice, Thien. Said his refrigerator broke, so he's going to go buy some ice to keep all of his stuff in his fridge
Jack
good.
clubs versus the King 80 clubs was the big one for you.
Yeah, it was 710, 740, 1 million.
1.1.
All right, let's look, guys. CD will get 1935. Second will be 1705. 1680. So it'd be 1935, 1705, 16. Yes. Yes.
All right. And there we go. That is going to do it for this tournament. The 3 remaining players have agreed to an ICM chop. If you couldn't hear the dealer there, what ended up happening, CD received $1,935 for his 1.1 almost million in chips.
Oh, yeah.
Thien had the second most chips with 740,000, and he is going to receive $1,705. And in third place with just under Thien's stack is 710,000. Kenny's going to take home $1,680. So that is going to do it for this tournament, guys. All players have agreed to this chop. Everybody's going to take home over $1,500. CD is going to be credited with the win here as he did have the most chips, and he also received the most money. All of these tournaments in this Spring Fling series are going to be reported to the Hendon Mob. So if you guys have a Hendon Mod profile and you want to add to it, come see us here at the Spring Fling series. All these tournaments are going to get reported.
Picture of CD. Why?
Because you won the tournament.
You had the most chips, you're getting the most money.
Yeah, you did, CD. Yeah, yeah. Take your picture.
We can take a picture of everybody if you like that better.
Only I had all those chips.
There was only one hand where I pushed you up.
All righty, guys. Thank you for tuning in. That is going to do it for all of us here at DogHouse Poker Club in Cypress, Texas. That is going to complete this event, but that is not going to complete this tournament series. We've got plenty more events coming on in the coming 2 weeks almost. I think we have 14 events left in this series. This week, guys, we are starting the 50,000 guaranteed pot limit Omaha Championship. You don't want to miss that one. If you're a PLO player, get out here, get in the action. It's a $300 buy-in. We're guaranteeing $50,000 in prize money.
Y'all gonna stand behind me? What
Day
we
2
doing?
is going to be Sunday,
Do a three-way.
May 19th at 2 p.m.
Man.
We have 7
realize that I
starting
said that
flights with
until
2
after I
turbo
said it.
flights for that event. We are going to take 12.5% of the field
Perfect.
to day 2.
Congrats, guys. Let's get you paid out real quick. I'm going to start with the lowest amount.
Come see us this week for that
1680.
PLO
Oh,
Championship,
no,
guys.
Make him wait. No.
Definitely
No,
do not
no.
forget about the main event that is going to start Wednesday, the 29th, $100,000 in guaranteed prize money. $300 buy-in. That is going to be our no limit hold'em main event, guys. If you're looking for a cheap way to get into that, come see us every single day here at DogHouse. We're going to be running free roll satellites where you can win your way into these tournaments for as little as $0. Thanks for joining me tonight at this final table, guys. Thank you to everybody who's came out to support us here at DogHouse and Cypress so far for this tournament series. I hope to see everybody here on the felt very soon. Until next time, guys, we'll see you later.